I bought a new car and bags. We're bagging it already. Let's go. So, like I said, this is my brand new, to me, Audi S3. It's a pan glue and beautiful spec car. But I found a really good deal on some Airlift, so we're going to be installing some Airlift 3P management as well as bags. And I have all the stuff back there. I'm going to go ahead and lay it out and show you guys. Okay, so here is the Airlift system that I bought. Now, it's used. I'm going to go ahead and say that now. Do I recommend buying a used Airlift kit? No. Unless you know what you're doing. The previous owner butchered the engine or the management harness, so I went ahead and I redid all of it. If you're not able to do that, don't buy a used system because most of them have hacked up wiring. The front bags are brand new from Airlift. They were a replacement, so there's that. The rear bags are used. To be honest, I'm a little worried about them. I don't know if they'll hold air. I have no clue. We have all the airlines, of course the management, and all the fittings that go with it, and then our single compressor. Originally this kit was a dual compressor kit, and that's the reason that I wanted to buy it. Unfortunately, I showed up and the owner only had one. So it's going to be slow. I'm going to hear this compressor twice as long, but it is what it is. Hopefully this compressor doesn't give up on us because I only have one. So, with that being said, the first thing I'm going to do is hook all of this up on the floor and make sure it works. So I'm going to make sure that the bags air up properly, and I guess we'll go from there. We'll check for leaks, all that. So let's go ahead and do that. And I also forgot to mention that I have a tank as well, of course. Okay, so I have everything hooked up, I believe, correctly. So we start off with the management. Everything should be plugged in to the struts correctly, and then we have an exhaust and then one that goes obviously from the tank. So the one that goes into the tank is coming through that water, that trap, and then we have 2 plugs because this was originally, like I said, a dual compressor. We only have one, so I have the one plugged in. Obviously I have my wiring plugged in, and then it goes out to the front of the car. So I will show you the wiring here in a second. So here's our harness that runs up to the engine bay. We have a ground, power, and ignition source. To start off, here is our power, it's our 12 volt. I have this right on our positive lead for the battery. And then my ground wire is back here on this stud, as you can see. And then I have my ignition source going to this fuse tab. So if you're looking, you can see it's the only fuse in this row that is actually pinned. So that's how you know which one it is. And yeah, it's that easy. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. I have the controller here. Everything should light up and we should be good to go. Okay, so car is powered on. We are building pressure in the tank. So we will see what happens. I need to figure out this controller and how to air things up. But as of right now, it seems like it's good. All right, who wants to race? Bone stock S3, gutted. All right, so we have every single strut installed, the battery's on, all the management is plugged in and routed. So now we're going to go ahead and power up the car. And the compressor should start going. There it is. All right, I know I'm gonna get a ton of questions on what the trunk setup looks like, so here's an overview of my trunk setup. So we'll start off with the management. It is mounted to this, whatever kind of support bar this is. We just drilled holes in the top and threaded them into the holes in the management, so it just holds it there. I have a little piece of foam above it so it doesn't scratch, but that's where my management is sitting. I kept this foam piece. The only thing that I didn't keep was the piece that comes across here. The back piece obviously is all still intact except for this. So I made a slight modification and I cut out a slit here so I could put my compressor back in here. The only thing that I would say, if you're gonna do this, just be wary. These have the potential to get hot and maybe burn through this, I don't know. Mine doesn't run for very long, but if yours does, you might wanna watch that. But that's where the compressor sits, and yeah, I have my trap here, and then the bottom trap is here. So I'm able to drain both of those, and then with the carpet installed, it all looks OEM. The only issue is depending on what size tank you have, it's not gonna sit flush. So there is a gap here, like I can fit my hand in here. It's really not an issue for me. I'm able to fit everything I need in there, but if you want this to be as OEM as possible, you'd probably have to hammer out some of that trunk pan and get that tank to sit down in more, but I enjoy how mine is. So yeah, there's my trunk setup. Another question I get asked is where I have my controller, so I'll go ahead and show you that as well. It's right here. So, I ran my wire down to the A-pillar all the way across. And then it's just bolted up there with some tape. And then you can't even tell.